Well, all right, tag, I'm it. I don't know much about this tagging or a little bit about shout outs, but anyway, I got tagged. Guess what the funnest part of being it is you get to tag somebody else. So at the end of this video, I'm going to tag a few people. So Greg with CNY Backpacker, Central New York Backpacker, he tagged me in his last video. He was doing a gear, favorite gear company video, and he asked that I would do the same. So the tag is that they want to know what my favorite gear company might be. So this tag originated from Brad at As the Crow Flies Hiking. He had done this video originally, and he tagged several people, which in turn tagged more people, which you know, kind of made it to me. Anyway, so it's kind of a hard subject, I think. I mean, you know, I thought about it for quite a bit, and you know, there's so many gear companies out there. It's just hard to pick just one gear company because, God, they all are so diversified in what they do, and they specialize in certain products. It's hard to just pick one gear company. So, you know, I think I might end up mixing this up a little bit. Brad, apologize for this, but I'm going to have to change it up a little bit, I think. I'm going to have to maybe highlight maybe my top 5 or 10 gear items from various different gear companies. But before I do that, I think I have come up with one overall gear company that I think sets apart from the others, and I'll explain why in just a moment. First, like always with these types of videos, you gotta have the disclaimer.
The content of this video is my current opinion and is subject to change. I am not affiliated with any of these companies, nor do I get paid to mention them in this video. Additionally, I do not receive any kickback or proceeds from potential sales as a result of items being mentioned in this video. I also acknowledge that everyone has their own opinion of the items mentioned or not mentioned in this video. Therefore, everyone is entitled to have their own favorite gear or gear company, although it may be different than what is represented in this video. As a result, any negative feedback may be blocked, and in return, I would encourage you to do your own video review of your favorite gear or gear company.
All right, now that disclaimer's done with, I'm gonna have to tell you what my unbiased, well, I should say biased opinion is on who my favorite gear company is. And here they are. All right, drum roll. And the verdict is, naturally, my own gear company, Pax-A-Lot. No, I'm totally kidding. But they do have cool hats and cool shirts, and, you know, they keep you from getting sunburned and keep you covered on the trail. No, just kidding. Although, that could be a pretty cool idea. Maybe coming to a store near you in 2030 or something, I might come up with my own gear line, but nah, it's not on my horizon at the moment. Anyway, so give it some thought, and I think that, you know, where do I go to get my gear? I started thinking about that, and I'm like, well, I naturally, you know, I think like a lot of people, go to Amazon.com. You know, they're not really a gear company, so I can't really choose them as my go-to gear company. However, I'll give them an honorable mention for sure, because you can usually find pretty much anything you want on that website. But I think I'm going to have to go with REI. So REI, you know, has a great selection of products. They have their own brand line of products that they use. They make tents and shirts and clothing and backpacks and all kinds of stuff. And, you know, REI, you know, their products are pretty good. I have a couple of them myself, and I use them on a daily basis, and they have great products. But, you know, if you're not into their products, or there's a specific product they have that you don't necessarily want, they typically carry all the other major brands of products that you would rather have. You know, maybe, you know, there's a special line of backpacks you might want or something. Well, REI most likely will carry it. So anyway, so overall, I think REI is my go-to gear company with Amazon.com being an honorable mention and a close second. Oh, also, forgot to mention, REI, they have like 154 different locations across the United States. I think have locations in like 37 of the 50 states. So they're pretty available. Obviously not as available as Amazon would be with Prime shipping. REI is a pretty good resource and pretty available in many locations. With that being said, like I said earlier, I think I'm going to still highlight some of my favorite gear from various different gear companies. This is my opinion at the current time, and as I use the gear more and learn about other gear and try that gear, I might change my mind over time. But for now, I'm going to go over a few things that I have currently that are in my inventory that I use on a regular basis that I love. So hopefully you'll find some interest in that. But first, I want to say thank you to Greg for giving me the tag and the shout out in his last video. It was very polite of him to say all the things that he said, and I want to return the favor and say that Greg's been actively working on his channel and been doing some really neat things. Been going on some hikes, and I kind of want to nickname him the Handyman because he's made his own polk sled from scratch, and he's got into the hot tenting and has made his own stove, and he's been pretty handy that way. Plus he's doing some gear review and like I said, doing some hikes in the area around where he lives. So anyway, check his channel out. He has some interesting stuff there as well. And then Brad for creating this tag and passing it along to everybody. He has quite the channel going. He has a lot of trails that he highlights on a regular basis. He does some gear review too. Anyway, he's super fun to watch, and he throws a little challenge or question in his little videos part way through to see who's still watching. It's kind of fun to answer some of his questions that he throws out in the middle of his video randomly, and it's been fun to watch and see the places that he goes. So you can check his channel out too as the crow flies hiking. Well, alright, first and foremost, you can't pack a little, you can't pack a lot without a backpack. All your gear. So on my overnight trips, carry my heavy loads, I use my Gregory Baltoro 85. It's been the best pack that I've found so far that I've tried. It's been awesome. It's so comfortable. Hardly even know it's there when I'm packing the weight that I'm packing. It's pretty awesome. And then for my everyday bag, I use the REI Co-op Traverse 35. I use this for my day hikes. I also use it to and from work every day. I keep it in the truck with me with all my essentials as a go bag. It's been pretty awesome. My second piece of favorite gear is my Big Agnes Copper Spur Ultralight 3 tent. This thing has been awesome. I used it for a full season now, and wow, it's lightweight, it's roomy, easy to set up, it's durable. It's been a great tent. The next most favorite piece of gear is my Garmin satellite communicator, my Garmin InReach Explorer Plus. This thing has been amazing with satellite communication when you're off grid, to be able to be in touch with family and friends when you need them. Gives you a whole bunch of capabilities. Has an emergency SOS button for when you need it. It's a great resource to have while you're in the backcountry. Next, I got my favorite sleeping pads. I got the Thermarest Ridgecrest Soul Light. We got the Thermarest Z-Seat and the Thermarest Camper SV. All of these make for a comfortable night's sleep. Love it. And another favorite I have is my REI 650 packable down puffer jacket. It's been super warm this winter. And then my new favorite is the REI merino wool mid-weight base layer. Oh my goodness, this shirt has been amazing. It is like my new favorite shirt. You can wear it as just a regular t-shirt. It's been awesome. It's comfortable, it's warm, it looks good. I'm loving this. And some more essential favorite gear. Sawyer Squeeze, it's been my favorite. Darn Tough socks, awesome. Cabela's packable rain jacket and packable rain pants. These things have proven to be waterproof and work amazing. They pack down pretty small too. It's pretty awesome. Anyway, experiment around, take recommendations, try some gears, find out what works best for you. So, but those are some of my favorites, and I'm just scratching the surface. So, all right, now for the fun part. I get to tag somebody. It's gonna be great. So I give it some thought. I think that J&L from Greenwooded Outdoors would be great to do a favorite gear company video. They've been backpacking for a while now. They have a pretty good gear base. They get out to Uintas pretty regularly. Seems like they get out about every week or every other week. It doesn't matter what the weather is, you know, bad weather, rain, snow, you name it, they're in it. They're doing it. They're loving it. They love what they do. They're fun to be with. I've had an opportunity to go out and go on a day hike with them. Been out on an overnighter with them in Uintas. They're a great couple. I think they're gaining experience every day, and they have a good insight on some of the gear that works for them. And I think they could come up with a pretty good video on what works for them. Invite you to check their channel out. They have a great channel. They have fun with each other. They have fun on their trips. They go on a lot of hikes. They just have a lot of fun, and it's just fun to watch. So check them out. Next, I'd like to, even though it's not really backpacking, I think I'd like to see if Jason with Fishfearme Studios would be willing to do a favorite gear company video. You know, my thought process behind that is when you go backpacking, oftentimes you're going to go up and you're going to do some fishing. You're going to fish the backcountry lakes. You're going to fish the streams. You know, so Jason, you know, he has a wealth of knowledge in the fishing side of things, and he probably has some pretty good ideas on what type of gear might work well for backpacking trips and what might work well for making your fishing trip successful if you choose to do fishing on your backpacking adventures. So, you know, again, Jason has a great channel. He goes fishing often. He highlights all of his fishing trips. He does a great job. It's fun to see how well he does, and it's fun to see him invite others to go out with him. And I've had the opportunity to go out with him a few times now, and I've had a blast every time I've gone with him. So, you know, he's a pretty awesome guy and pretty awesome channel. I invite you to check out what he has to offer. Recently, he's got this underwater camera that he's been putting, you know, while he's ice fishing, and it's been fun to watch the fish go for his bait. As you watch it in the camera, it's pretty cool. Anyway, check his channel out. And for the third person I'd like to maybe invite to do the video would be Nicole Hikes a Lot. You know, I thought maybe it'd be fun to have a woman's perspective on the gear that they use. It might be slightly different than the gear that many others might use. And but anyway, Nicole, she has a lot of fun trips that she highlights on her channel, and she goes on a lot of hikes. She must have a ton of time, because she just goes out and just hikes up the country. It's crazy. And you know, it's fun to watch her channel and see what she has to offer on the trail. And, you know, as near as I can tell, she doesn't do any gear review or gear company videos, but I thought, yeah, maybe she might consider maybe telling us what her favorite gear or gear company might be. It'd just be fun to see her perspective from. Yeah, Nicole, she's been an active person on many of the channels that I follow, as well as my channel. Nicole, she watches the videos, she makes wonderful comments. She's been great to have as a viewer. Anyway, I'd like to see her perspective. Oh, and as Tigger would say, TTFN, ta-ta for now.